Now let's talk more about this project Dinoted. So the basic idea behind the project is that we have this Selenium board that uses a Google Chrome driver, and then we are able to control this board based on conclusions made by our image processing module. Now the image processing module works on a combination of both color detection and contour detection. So we use color detection to detect a colorful object such as the marker I am using, and you can use any object that you would like, and you can just adjust these filter values here on this window. So the first 6 values are for the color, and this is represented in an HSV range. So the first 3 are the lower HSV values and the next 3 are the upper HSV values. HSV stands for hue, saturation and volume. And HSV is a cylindrical color model that remaps the RGB primary colors into dimensions that are much easier for us to understand. We are using contour detection to detect objects that are present after color detection, and particularly the boundary of these objects. So here I have colored the boundary of the largest object having the largest area with orange color, and we are calculating the centroid for only the object with the largest area. So that's why I have marked it out explicitly, and yeah, so that's basically the idea behind why we are using contour detection. Now, as the name would suggest, my original idea was to have something colorful attached to my shirt so that the dinosaur would jump as I jumped, but the problem is that our dino jumps really quickly, like he jumps up and down in less than a second, and so our movement would have to be synchronized with that. Now the bottom 2 scroll bars are for defining our region, which is to be the ground. So yeah, so the first one is the lower boundary for our ground, and so we can adjust the lower boundary using the scroll bar, and then the bottom one is for the width of our region, and we can increase this from our lower boundary to a maximum value of 200 pixels. So yeah, there will be some default values that will be set, and I like to keep it with the default values, but you can adjust them. So how this project works is that whenever our colored object moves from ground to air, particularly the centroid of the colored object, and you can observe the centroid with this red colored marker. So whenever our centroid moves from ground to air, it's defined as a jump, and whenever our object makes a jump, the board presses the spacebar on the Google Chrome browser. So that's how our game is working, and whenever we go below the lower boundary, it's defined as a duck, so our dinosaur would duck. But one thing that you must make sure is that whenever you make a jump, in order to make the next jump, you must come back to ground and then go up again. So after you have adjusted your color filters and the lower and width of the region for ground, you have to press the key S on your keyboard and select the display window. So after selecting the display window, you must press the key S to have the board started, and after that you can just play. Yeah. So you get the idea, right? So whenever we move from ground to air, we make a jump. That's literally the basic idea, and whenever we make a jump, our board presses the spacebar, and yeah, we have the game running. So I have provided the source code on GitHub, and yeah, I hope you will enjoy the game. And one last thing before we end this video is that whenever you want to quit playing the game or you want to close all these windows, you can just press come to this display window here and then press the key Q on your Q for quit on your keyboard, and that will close all these windows for you. And yeah, that's how you exit the game. So that's it for this video. Thank you.